Hey everybody, I had another good makeup day. So here I am on here trying to remember what I did. You know, I'm having such a terrible time with makeup now that I've gotten older. Used to be so easy to do, but now it seems like it lays on my skin and it doesn't match it. Nothing matches anymore. I don't know what it is, but today I used infallible powder. I just put that on, and then I wore some kind of dry lipstick and a mascara. And that's all I did today, and I'm just really happy with how it came out. So that's fine, okay? But the real reason why I came on here is because this week I did a deep cleanse on my hair. Now, deep cleanse is something that everybody is talking about now. And it seems like all the cool kids on YouTube are doing apple cider vinegar. They're putting baking soda. They're doing water. Some are putting Dawn dishwashing detergent. They're putting lemon juice, sage, all sorts of other things in there. And this works for them, and that's perfectly fine. But, you know, I have I pared it down an awful lot. I don't do as much as everyone else. You know, I've tried to keep it very simple. So for me, what I did was I used just plain water, white vinegar, and some sort of dishwashing soap. But let me tell you what got me to want to do it in the first place is that I always keep my washes very simple. I use I usually drink out of these bottles. I get these Life waters and I drink them a lot. Any kind of water in a bottle like this, and I save the bottle and I use it to fill the bottle with water. And then I put in some shampoo and mix it up really good. And after I saturate my hair with water, I pour this in, lather it up, and rinse it out. And that's how I washed my hair. And that seemed to be working really well for me. But then after a while, I kind of got fancy. You know, I wanted my hair to, I was worried that my hair would be too dry. I was worried that my hair would start breaking off. So I came up with this clever thing. I put distilled water in here with some oil and some essential oil, and I would spray that on there just to give it a little bit of moisture and maybe spruce up the fragrance a little bit. But then I noticed after I started doing that, after I washed my hair would be nice and clean or feel very clean. And I turned my head and I would get a whiff of something. It was a smell that smelled like old cheese. And that's when I knew, oh my God, that is coming from my hair. I would ask around, like, does anybody smell anything? I became paranoid. People were like, no, I don't smell anything. I smell mint, blah, blah, blah. But I knew that something was going on in the Locs, and I really felt like it was coming from these oils, you know? So a year ago, I did one of the deep cleanse washes. And what I did was I filled this mostly with water, and then I used some white distilled vinegar. Okay, I put that in with the water. And then I also mixed in, they said you're supposed to use Blue Dawn. I didn't use Blue Dawn. I used this antibacterial orange Dawn. I used this. And so I would saturate my hair, put it in there, and you should have seen the dirt that came out. It really released a lot of dirt, and the smell went away. And I didn't have any smell for a long time, and it was great until I started doing this again. When I started doing this again, the smell came back, and I really believe that it might be just the oils that just get in there and the oils just fester, and that's probably what causes the growth in there. So I ended up having to do it again this week, and I did it this week and the smell is gone. So there you have it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really enjoy doing this because it has a nice fragrance, and I use it on my body in the summertime after I get out of the shower. It feels nice and cool because of the mint, and it has that cooling effect. I would spray it on my hair, my feet. Oh, my feet love it. Oh, it's great. But apparently, because I was doing great until I started using that in my hair and I got that cheesy smell coming back. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Has anybody had any bad experiences with that? But another thing I wanted to mention about that is that I noticed that when people put their solutions together, people use baking soda in it because baking soda causes that fizz and they feel like it's not really working unless you got the baking soda on it. I was worried about using baking soda because the baking soda has mineral deposits that rest at the bottom of the solution when you see it in the bowl. And I feel like if you get that in your locs, you can't quite wash them out. You can rinse and rinse, but you'll always still have little sediments from that in there. And then these things will end up causing more problems than they solve. They're in there, and now they're a magnet for all kinds of things, especially coming from this bottle. But I mean, it just seems like the more you use it, the more you'll need to use it because you'll have now something for bacteria and other things to cling to because you have mineral deposits now in your lots. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to use the baking soda. Now, maybe I'm being ridiculous. Maybe my fears are unfounded. What do you think? I'd like to hear what you have to say. But that's one of the reasons why I haven't used that in there. And I feel the same way about the apple cider vinegar. I feel like the apple cider vinegar, the color in the apple cider vinegar kind of makes me feel a little nervous, whereas the white distilled vinegar, it's distilled. It doesn't have any sediment in it. It doesn't have any color in it, but it still has the effect that you need in order to refresh and kill bacteria. And this, coupled with this, really did a great job for me. I mean, it took care of the job. The only problem I will say is that I did it in the morning before work, and I didn't spend enough time rinsing it out that I should have. So, I could still kind of sense some of the residuals in my hair drying in there. So what I did was the next morning I rinsed it again. I rinsed it thoroughly, and that seemed to take care of it. No more musty, cheesy smell. It's gone. So, anyway, that's my method. I had been also very curious about the boiling method. A lot of people were taking and putting their hair in boiling water, and that sounded really promising because the heat coupled with the solution would really just melt away and kill all sorts of bacteria and get rid of a lot of things. The only thing about that is that I am clumsy. My hair is a little bit short, and I feel like in order to avoid having first and second degree burns all over the upper part of my body, it might be best if I decide not to fool around with that method at this juncture in my growth schedule. So I'm sticking with what I've done, and it worked for me. It was pretty good. You just put it in there, let it sit while you wash your body, and then rinse it out a couple of times. Rinse it thoroughly, and that took care of it. As far as my hair being dry, honestly, it feels like hair to me. It doesn't feel like it's dry. I mean, no, it feels pretty good. I really worried that my hair would be dry, but, it's locked. It's not brittle or breaking off. I do find that in doing that, my hair is locking a little bit more. Like a couple of the locks are combining. They're sticking together. And I like that. I like that. I wanted some of these little bitty pieces to combine, and they seem to be doing that now. And I don't know, my roots seem to be very healthy. I'm really happy with what has happened, and it hasn't made my hair worse. But again, your results may vary. You have to follow your own path and figure out what's best for you. This is what's best for me, and I just thought I'd share and give you some ideas if you wanted to have another way of looking at things. But yeah, this is what we've got, and I just thought I would share that. I hope that that helps some of you, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.